So I was sitting back and thinking, how can I deliver such a simple message with such a simple thing? And realized because it had to come to me through realization, the only way that anyone else is going to understand was to come through realization themselves. With that, I'd like to let you guys know I think we're pretty close to the rapture. My rationale isn't based on the New World Order or anything in terms of conspiracy nuts. It's based off of Scripture. It's based off of reading the warning signs from Jesus, and it's based off of what I'm seeing in the real world. I was thinking, oh, I should give this big enunciation like Paul in terms of providing my credentials or anything else, and quite frankly, I realized I don't have to do that, and quite frankly, it's probably better that I don't do that. I put together a website. It's called revelation13.com. In this specific website, it'll go through the different beasts. Then there's a presentation in terms of the summary of the global beasts, so you can understand why it is what it is. You can understand God's timelines a little bit more, and just things you should be watching out for, because this two-state solution in Palestine and Israel is never going to work. And if you think Kerry's proposal is going to be there, the next proposal that comes from the Islamic world, which ends up being the final peace treaty, isn't going to be helpful either. I've included a list of the various websites you can do to check it. The real truth is the Bible, for one. King James Version is what I use. King James Version is the most accurate transmission. Then you've got Robert Breaker, who represents kind of fundamental Protestantism to the highest degree, and he's a great online source for that. There's a link for that there. As well as Daniel 11 Truth, which is a person who really figured out the Muslim tie-in to Daniel 11 that a lot of us just didn't see. With that, I'd sit back and say, important thing to know is why God and why Christ. Well, we essentially choose whether we want to be free or slaves, and any choice other than Christ basically takes you to slavery. And God sent His Son so that we can all live. Something that isn't consistent with any other religion. Who else has a God who would die for his children so that they may live? Simply put, the philosophy was always consistent. What Jesus preached in His gospel was the same thing that God commanded to Abraham in Genesis 12. And God's law came in three formats. We had the Ten Commandments, which was actually pretty easy in and of itself. You had the Torah, which was pretty complicated, but it allowed humans to be holy enough where we had Jesus. And then there was a simple law by Jesus, which is to love God with all your heart and to love God with all your mind, and to also love your brothers and sisters with all your heart. So with that, if you're interested in seeing the interpretation, you can go to revelation13.com. If not, this commercial has been bought and paid for by the blood of Christ. It's all up to you.